Hi guys, welcome back for another videos. Today I'm going to do a reviews on an FN 5.7s. This particular firearm was belonged to my buddy. Him and I was spent a lot of time shooting this gun in the range. So every single time I went to range with him, he took this gun with him. So I'm very familiar with it. But I just want to tell you a story. First time I saw this gun, I wasn't impressed at all. It looked like a cheap Walmart plastic guns, BB guns, as far as cosmetics wise. It's just polymer slides, polymer frames. I don't know, I just wasn't feel impressed about this gun, but until I shot it, it really put a smile on my face. And I just want to be honest, I want to throw it out there. This gun ain't cheap, guys. MSRP on this thing is about $14.30. It's on the higher dollar range, not a cheap, lower price range firearm. So they probably be one of the more expensive handgun I ever reviewed so far. So let's get started. Safety check. Safe. Okay. It came with a 4.8-inch barrel. I'm not gonna say it's a pencil barrel. The barrel is pretty thin. And when I first seen it, it looked like a BB gun barrel. But don't underestimate this, guys. This cartridge here. Hold on, let me take it out real quick. 5.7 by 28 is going down range as 2,600 beats per second, and this is a 40 grains VMAX from Hornady bullets. The tips was the bullets was the ballistic tips from Hornady, and it's pretty fast down there. Recoil wise, it probably be one of the most smoothest firearm or handgun that I have ever shot. Recoil, it reduced. Well, on FN claim that reduced about 25 to 35% of recoil. For me, I can tell that it does reduce a lot of recoil, from this cartridge compared to 9mm. And I had my Glock with me, that night when we are out in the range, and I compared the recoil of the two, and probably it's a little bit less recoil than my Glock, and plus a high velocity magazine. Okay, let me get kind of lost track here. I came with a slide, come with the Picatinny rails. Mil-spec Picatinny rails. You can mount your laser, your flashlight on it, just to look cool. I possibly wouldn't use it for home defense. I will tell you why later. Okay, take the magazine out. By the way, it came with a 10 router for restricted areas such as California, New York, New Jersey, or Illinois. It's a 10 round mag. And they also came with a 30 rounder, which is the extended mag, but the standard come with a 20 rounder mag. So which I have right here. Two of them, both of them are 20 rounder. And right here, let me focus on this slice release by pushing this down. Gun release, safety. On this on the right side, on the left side, ambidextrous, and this takedown lever. So, but taking it down is very easy, very simple, guys. All you gotta do is slice it back, push that one back a little bit, all the way back, and that's it. Take it out, and come with a little higher, what you call it, the front sights, a little higher than a lot of your normal gun, probably be about half of the height. And also come with a fully adjustable window to elevation. What you call it, adjustable rear sight. So accuracy wise, I put 10 rounds on downrange to 25 yards. It gives me a group about 8.5 inch, so it's pretty accurate for a pistol. I know a lot of you shoot better than I am. Probably you can shoot a 3, 4, 5 inch group, but the best I can do on this firearm is about 8.5 inch or 8.25 inch, which is pretty happy for a pistol for me at least. And oh yeah, this is new technology here, guys. The recoil spring was built into the barrels, so you can see it right here. Very rugged, very solid. And we shot about roughly about 2,000 rounds to this firearm here, and without any hiccup, any malfunction at all. And I was very impressed by how clean it is. We never clean it. We probably run about two bore snake 2 times. We run bore snake through it twice, and that's it. That's all we do. And the slide itself, I was wrong when I take it apart. Well, maybe about a few hundred rounds, and I thought it was polymer, but it wasn't. It was a polymer shield outside the frames, and the internals it's all steel. You know, so you can tell it's pretty rugged. I mentioned to you in the past that every gun that I buy, I would take the slice down and look in the slice. If you got a gun that you put your finger in it around the gun, if you don't see any what you call it, sharp edges, it's phenomenal. So the factory put a lot of time in to get rid of all the sharp edges. It's, you know, it doesn't mean a lot of things to a lot of people, but at least for me, they do put the time on it, you know, to make sure the firearm is properly, you know, put it together or properly made, you know, so to make sure no sharp edges around the firearm. Reassembling this gun is very easy, super easy, guys, no brainer. All you gotta do is slice the barrel assembly here with the recoil spring in the barrel, push it forward. That's all you gotta do. And then put it, slice the frame together. It's very easy, very simple, no brainer. You light up a little glue here along this hook. And also remember there's a slice back here, you know, so slice it, you know, in on a slice. There's a little rail here, but here I just want to mention this, guys. I never put the brush to this, and I never clean it at all. The trigger mechanisms, and this is how clean it is. Over 2,000 rounds of firing down the range. So very clean firearms. And put it back together. Here, slice it back in like that, and just push it in, line it up. That's it. Just pull the slice and rack the slice, and it's full assembly. So people do complain about the trigger. The trigger pull is somebody says it's a little heavy, and guys, this is not a mass grade shooting scenario. They designed this for military and law enforcement. I believe the U.S. Secret Service also carry this as a sidearms. And used by 40 different law enforcement agencies around the world. So 40 different countries around the world. So I believe that, you know, it's a really good firearm, guys. And we shoot nothing but FN factory ammo. So that's probably the reason that why it's so clean. One thing that I'm not impressed, well, a few people have a complaint, not only me. Take the check, slice, be able to pull the trigger, right? And after you slice it, they have the magazine disconnect, guy. If you take the magazine out, by far, you can't pull the trigger. So that's a downside on a lot of firearms, which is another safety feature that FN came up with, and I have no problem with it. As far as safety wise on this firearm, you really need to practice on it or get used to it at least, because it's on your finger, on the trigger finger, instead of, you know, safe fire, instead of the genetic, you know, firearm, or the old, you know, what do you call it, the classic firearm. There you go, you know, with the safety and the thumb safety right here. I prefer either or. It doesn't bother me at all where the safety at, but you know, you really need to get used to it. If you ask me if I carry this or not from a concealed carry, that's a question to bring it up again. I possibly not, because I don't think I want to carry a $1,400 gun on my hips just because it's a high dollar firearm. If you ask if I want to buy it, yes, I would definitely buy it all day long. He asked me my buddy asked me what application of this firearm, the purpose of this firearms. I would say that it will be a range firearm, a range gun. You can use it for competition shooting, because, you know, I got a got a really good adjustable sight back here. But as far as home defense, I possibly not, because I think it will over penetrate, because this cartridge here will go down range, maybe 2,600 beats per second, so that's pretty fast. So I have a little kid in the house. I don't want this cartridge or this particular ammo to over penetrate through the walls, so possibly not. But this is a gun for you to buy, go to the range, and not many people having this. Probably I saw it a couple of times that people did 5.7 just to show off, or just to look cool, in the range, I guess. But I saw a guy at the range, local range here, that carried one of this on his hip. It been about 4, 5, 6 years ago when I first saw it. I wasn't impressed at all, because it's just very, very plastic looking gun. It looked like a pencil barrel. It's here. It looked like a pencil barrel, an air gun. And it looked like an air gun to me. In fact, I make fun of my buddy when I first saw this gun. Hey, you just got a BB gun from Walmart or something. But I am impressed that how smooth it shoot, the less recoil, and the accuracy of these firearms. This possibly would be a secondary home defense, not a primary home defense. If you ask me for the what application this for, glove box possibly not. I wouldn't put a $1,400 gun, or in my truck, or my wife's car, or or anything. They'd probably be in a safe somewhere, or somewhere that is safe, that it's not. It's a baby, guys. Not for you to go out and see this in the range every day. But I would buy it all day long, guys. On the street price, you can get it on a gun auction site or online gun store for probably around $900 to $1,000. Street price. Not to mention that it's a great firearm, guys. As far as I shot it, my buddy shot it. It's a great firearm, but it's just not a good looking gun. But you can't judge a book by cover, guys. If right now, if this gun ever came up on Armbliss, or my buddy want to sell this, I'll jump on it for the right price. If you're in the market buying one of these, watching the videos, I would say go ahead. For me to give this gun a grade, a review, from 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 9, maybe a 9.5, because of the availability of the ammunition. Because if you're a prepper, possibly not, because it's hard to access to the ammo. The way I looked at this is, you want to prep with a firearm that you can get bullets anywhere, such as Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods or Cabela's or Academy. So those stores that will carry, it's just more availability of a firearm, the cartridge. So that's all I want to cover, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope you like this. If you can leave me a comment below, I would greatly appreciate it. Tell me what do I do, how do I do, and what can I make this video better. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and you give me a big thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much, and you guys have a good day.